All right, folks, today I'm just going to quickly review how to create drop-down lists directly and indirectly based on your exercise categories and your progression lists. And hopefully you can use this when programming through Excel. So, as you can see here, I've created a snatch list and a clean list of exercises. We're going to quickly go ahead and make this into a table, which is very important. Always make sure that for all of it, you create one big table of all your exercise progressions. Okay, and I'll create that table, and under table tools here and design, you'll see table name. We always want to name our tables. Okay, so let's call this exercise lists. Okay, now from that, we want to create a total of 3 list names here. Okay, so we're going to select the headers and make sure we're selecting the headers of the table, and we're not just clicking and dragging across and selecting those cells. Okay, select the headers of the table. That's important, so that if you do expand your table, this list range will expand with it. Okay, so how we name a range is we go up here where it says J1. I'm just going to name that selected range, and we'll call that exercise cat for exercise categories. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to select each column header as I did there. Make sure it's not the whole column, just the column header. And it selects that range. Okay, and we'll call that SN for snatch. We'll do the same one for clean, CL. And again, selecting it that way is important because if I start adding exercises like this, that list will then automatically expand because it's just referencing that column of that table. So it will grow with it forever, which if you don't do that through a table, it's not going to. Okay, you'll have to adjust it manually, which is no fun. So let's say in your program template, you have category of exercise, and then you have the actual exercise you're using. Under category, we want to create our first direct list, which is fairly simple. Okay, if we go up to the data tab here, go data validation, and allow here on this pop-up, we're going to allow a list. And then for source, we're going to press F3. It'll bring up all the lists we've made. So let's go exercise cat. Okay. And when I press OK, you'll now see there's a drop down here with snatch and clean. So I'm going to leave it there. And then for exercise, we're going to do something very similar, but just a little different. We're going to go again, allow a list, but our source this time, we're going to write in a formula here, equals indirect bracket. And if we look at category, it's B5, cell B5. So we're going to get the source indirectly from cell B5. Okay, so that means that anytime we change the value in B5, it will change the reference list. Okay, so because it's snatch, if I look here, I have all my snatch exercises. Okay, now if I change that to clean, I will now have access to all my clean exercises. And you notice it shows up at the bottom blank. It's because I added all these blank pieces. Okay, so to keep it nice and tidy, just make sure it's around your exercises. All right, so that's very quick and easy how to do direct and indirect lists in Excel through data validation. Again, make sure you're using tables and make sure you're selecting the table ranges so that these lists can always expand as you change your templates and your exercises. Cheers.